Cuba Pops, you must be wondering, how can I afford this lifestyle and be financially free? Well, it's a matter of attitude. That's right, you're poor because you want to. If you want to know how I make 6 figures of income, you just have to download these 2 simple apps and invite 3 friends, and those friends have to invite 3 friends, and those friends have to invite 3 friends. The focus of this video will not be on rich characters in general. There's a reason for the title. This video will be dedicated to characters that can be considered mean or mamones to be more precise. Gente que se lo subió pues. I know that being rich is not synonymous with being a bad person, but I'm in the mood to eat the rich. Sorry. I would like to make a little disclaimer. The music of the openings will be changed to avoid problems with the copyright system, so I'll be putting instead older cringy songs from Latin America, because I'm from there and I know nothing from your culture. I'm not asking for permission, I'm just letting you know. And hey, maybe you'll end up liking one of these songs. I'm not going to be impartial. Iconic characters first. Seto Kaiba is the main example of the land belongs to those who work it, which is a Mexican historical quote that basically means that you earn what you work for. And boy did he work. He and his little brother were orphans, and their relatives stole their heritage, and they were abandoned at an orphanage at a very young age. Until one day, the head of Kaiba curved a right at the orphanage and Kaiba challenged him in a chess competition. If Kaiba won, he and his brother will be adopted, and the rest is history. He worked very hard to earn every cent he has. But let's recall how he treats Yugi's group, especially Joey.
Hey, are you into duel monsters too? This is perfect. Maybe we could all duel together sometime.
Me? Duel you? I would have more of a challenge playing solitaire.
What?
I am the #1 ranked duelist in the country and the favorite to win the Duel Monsters Championship. You wouldn't last 2 minutes in a duel against me.
And talking about his attitude, his roasts are so good that I wouldn't mind if he straight up started to insult me.
The flavor.
Wow, what an honor. And finally, from my humble perspective, I wanna ask you, how many rich people can you say that is iconic in the same way Kaiba is? Do they defend themselves throwing a single card aiming the enemy's head? Or do they confront armed people and protect themselves with just a suitcase while jumping out of the window from a 3rd-story floor? No, that's what I thought. That's why we should forget all the wrong Kaiba did.
Mujer de fuego en la oscuridad, solo deseo ser tu palpitar. Abre las alas, vamos a encontrar ese lugar que nos hará soñar.
The new rich in town. He dances between the line of being a self-absorbed rich person to a very confused boy in a matter of seconds. So you can imagine the pressure I am under. The clearest example of him being entitled are in the first episode, and it's practically in every scene. Not caring for the safety of people in the street by driving recklessly. He exhaled the smoke of his cigar in Haru's face just to annoy him. He practically stole a car, trying to push 2 suspects off a bridge while driving. He actually didn't do nothing to rescue Haru from falling off the same bridge, even though he was right in front of him, and just watched with an amused smirk how he fell to his death. Okay, no, I exaggerated the last part. Haru actually survived. The thing is, Daisuke thinks he can do whatever he wants just because he has money. That earns him this place in this list.
Yo que te di mi corazón y tú lo has destrozado. ¿Cómo es posible que a mi lado has encontrado otro querer?
Seal is one of those characters who inherited all his money, status, and influence. So I can't give him that point of, he might be mean, but at least he earned everything he has, like I did with Kaiba. He is a 13-year-old, and I think we all know that 13-year-olds can be either cringy
Bañando. Oh, mi lente de contacto.
or scary. There is no in between. Seal falls into the second category. He is so mean I don't even know where to start. I'll mention some basic things he does. He treats people in general like the dirt in his high-heeled boots. Exploits his employees. Threatened to hit his fiancée, who also happens to be his first cousin. He ordered the murder of missing children. There is no arc in the Black Letter series where he doesn't do something wrong, or at least morally gray, like certain season I refuse to talk about. Without doubt, he is one of the most classist characters of this list, and I know what most people says to defend Seal, that he treats everyone with an equally bad attitude. But it's also true he does reframe himself with people of high influence, like that scene from the murder act where a drunk pervert tried to take advantage of an opera singer. Pinche morrillo castroso la neta.
Siempre seguirás doliendo.
the stereotypical rich kid from literally any entertainment medium you can imagine. Like Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, Gu Junpyo from Boys Over Flowers, Joffrey from Game of Thrones, Armando Mendoza from Yo Soy Betty la Fea. You get the drift. All of them have in common that they're disgustingly rich and assholes. Togami has a similar past to that of Kaiba, except that Togami specializes in being a bad person. And I mean a really bad person. In the list of sins of Togami we have treating the rest of the world like trash and calling them peasants. Treating the whole killing game like, well, like a game? Not doing nothing relevant in the trials. He spends like 10 minutes talking about how intelligent and superior he is, and how he already cracked the case, but in the end he just says, "Tell them, Nagi."
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Moving a corpse to confuse his classmates and make the killing game more interesting. Kaiba would never. Seriously though, after all these years in the fandom, I still don't get why Togami is considered as one of the hopes in the Danganronpa universe.
Ahora amigos como siempre, te propongo esta noche, cuerpo a cuerpo besarnos y volar, imitando deseos, y en lugar del olvido
Sur Integra Fabrook Winged Helsing. She already has a long name like a rich character from a Latin America telenovela. I think she is quite different from the other characters because her demeanor is much more reserved and intimidating without the need of raising her voice.
Que ojalá se haya muerto gritando delante de su mamá.
And her pride comes from the Helsing organization and not the money itself. If you would for some dumb reason insult her or the English crown, she will start babbling about how powerful and important the Helsing organization is, and you depend on her to stay alive. Bueno, chiqui babies? Now after studying, learning and analyzing the lifestyles, the secrets of all of these successful entrepreneurs, you can confidently start your own business. You just have to deposit me in this bank account the miserable, literally nothing, the miserable amount of $500. What's that? Nothing. Okay, now seriously, thank you very much for watching, and if you liked one of these songs I used in the openings, you can check the description box to see the names of them. All of them are from the same artist, Luis Miguel. I really like his music, so I really recommend it. Well, thank you and bye!